racial tension going on in the country. And a white colleague of mine that coaches football reached out and said, what is it we can do? And I said, what we need to do is to bring people together that don't look alike so they can kind of get the understanding that they have a lot more in common than they think. And the head coach at Cleveland Heights, Max Stevens, and the head coach at Beechwood, Damian Creel, and a good friend of mine that works with the Paynesville City School District, Ryan Delaney, we all came together and we decided that we could launch this Build the Bridge initiative. So I made a video on social media challenging schools to join up, and the whole goal was to pair a school that was majority white with a school that was majority black and let the kids spend a day together and just get to know each other outside of just football. Within 5 minutes of the tweet going out there, we had 10 schools already ready to join. Then my cell phone started blowing up from people. They called me, and I didn't request any schools to join. These are coaches coming from out the woodwork saying, I want to get involved, I want to get involved. And it grew, and we got up to 68 schools total.
When the Cleveland Heights coach developed this and things were happening this summer with COVID and social injustice and all that, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to kind of take a leap and take another step into this a little bit.
First, when I heard about it over the summer, it really stood out as something that I wanted to see us get involved with. And my first phone call was obviously immediately to our coach, Mark Pinzoni. And when I called him and said, "Hey, have you heard about this?" He said, "Already got it. We're already talking. We're already working with the school." And so, I was so happy to see that our coach took the initiative to jump on it, so quickly.
We had already had a prior relationship simply just because we scrimmage every summer in August. We're that first scrimmage before the preview scrimmage, and we had been doing that for a long time. So I just called him up and I kind of took the first step and said, "Hey, Coach Osborne, I think this would be a great opportunity. There's a lot of schools being asked to pair up, with pretty much the concept of a predominantly white school with a predominantly African American school, and to try to learn about each other a little bit and accept each other's difference regardless where we come from." And he said absolutely. And
we've always had a good relationship with Brunswick, so it was when Coach Pinzoni had called me, it wasn't even a question. It was a natural fit. So
as we were trying to schedule games, because games were getting canceled with no non-conference games, but you could do this and do that, and it kind of just shook out that we were going to end up playing Garfield Heights in week 6 after we had our 5 conference games. And so that's what you saw happen Friday night. Coach talked a little bit, Coach Osborne, and then I talked a little bit. I had one of our Brunswick players talk from the perspective of being African American in a predominantly white atmosphere. One of their young men spoke about being in a predominantly African American situation, and some of the struggles. And it was more just about communication, acceptance.
I think sports allow us to get into more of a deeper conversation about things, especially with what our kids go through on a daily basis. And as coaches, we're supposed to coach sports, but we're there to coach them in life. And I think for us, it's we like to build a bridge with them just so they know that they can come talk to us about anything they need. And, conversations like we had Friday night can do nothing but help.
And giving the kids a chance to hear others speak and to see another point of view and let them form their opinions and hopefully be, more educated young men on a very difficult, like you said, topic that's touchy sometimes, right? Sensitive.
I know Coach Pinzoni and I have talked already about, continuing our dialogue and continuing our relationship from that standpoint as we move into the summer this summer. So
one of the things I was really excited to do was share it with the rest of our coaches and say, this is something that hopefully down the line, maybe we have more opportunities to do this in other sports too. So